The biggest story of the week right around the country with the potential death knell of the Commonwealth Games. Dan Andrews and the Victorian Government's decision to pull the rug under Victoria's Games for 2026.
Humiliating and embarrassing. They're some of the words that are being used to describe the Victorian Government's decision to pull the plug on the Commonwealth Games.
Games will not proceed in Victoria. I've made a lot of difficult calls, a lot of very difficult decisions in this job. This is not one of them. Frankly, $6 to $7 billion for a 12-day sporting event. We are not doing that.
I just felt such, sympathy and empathy for the athletes. These meets are big build-ups. They're big build-ups to the Olympic Games.
Obviously, it's not something that we were anticipating, given that it's been in the wind for some time.
Absolutely shocked that the Cabinet has made this decision and it hasn't come back to the board to actually have a proper conversation.
I would be very careful if I was an international sporting body coming and doing business in this state.
Whack. It's the news that took the world by storm Monday morning as the news broke. And I've got to say, Christy, you're an athlete who competed at the Melbourne Games back in 2006. What was your reaction when you heard this unfolding?
Shock, because we haven't pulled out of a Com game since a world war. That's the only thing that stopped it. I think it's a huge blow for younger developing athletes. This is often a stepping stone to World Championships, Olympic, Paralympic Games. And it's not just the opportunity to pull on the green and gold, but the opportunity to gain that experience and get into a village context, into a formal competition process. Those things, it's not going to be your performance in the pool or on the track or on the court that pulls you apart. It's going to be those other things that are daunting for a young athlete. So for athletes to potentially be missing out on that experience, it could cost us medals in at future big games. Absolutely.
It's embarrassing as well. It's embarrassing for Australia. We're a country that love our sport. We're always in the mix with the Commonwealth Games. We always dominate that, the Olympics as well. And now to turn up and say we're not going to do it without the right consultation, Sean. That's that bothers me, is that with all the people around it saying, I didn't actually have a chance to have a chat to the Premier about it, why wouldn't you look at every possible discussion before you pull the pin?
Well, not just that. Am I right in saying that in the aftermath, when it all came to light, what had happened, they were going to set up a velodrome in Bendigo, then wipe it out. They're going to do the same with an Olympic pool down towards Geelong. Like, you go, what's going on? Who's doing that? No wonder it was going to balloon out. Madness.
So the game's dead? Is this...
I certainly hope not. I've heard a rumour that the royal family might step up because it's a very important thing for them. Maybe they've got more money than God. Maybe they could step in and help a nation that already have all the facilities, because there's a lot that's already there. A lot of parts of Australia as well as Birmingham could have it again. They just need a little bit of extra money to do it. So let's keep these traditions going. We're really quick to throw tradition, away at the moment. So let's hold on to that. And as Chrissy said, it's all about sort of that stepping stone for the Olympic Games and World Champs. So we can't throw it away.
The Gold Coast want it.
Give it to them.
They want everything. They get everything. Anastasia will be onto it for sure. Give it to her.
Very quickly, Sean, is there brand damage for Australia out of this worldwide, or is that overkill?
It's a good segue into... So we've got the World Cup, Rugby World coming up in 2027 that we'll be the host nation for, and Melbourne are dead keen, Gussie, on hosting the final. So you're wondering now if you build a new contract, no give-backs. Like, you take it.
And it should be, as it should be. I mean, Melbourne talks about being the capital of sport in Australia. Well, that's taken a real nudge this week for sure. And that Premier has got a lot to answer to.
Oh, yeah. Who's done the budget? What did they give the budget to the work experience kid? If it blows out by 20, 50 mil, something that big, I understand, but $4 billion? Come on.
Just a lazy $4 billion.
What is going on?
So the velodrome, no, we'll scrap it. We built it, but I'll scrap it.